Tribe. It's your girl Naja here, and I am back with another video. It feels so crazy to be back in front of this camera because I have not really recorded shit all week. I've really been taking my me time. But today we are coming back with a recorded Tribe Tea. That is when you guys send me in your stories. We kiki, we give advice, all that jazz. As of right now, we are on, sorry, my laptop's right here. We're on January 20th. Hopefully, I am really trying to bust these stories out, so I'm trying not to ramble too much. Let's just get right on into it, okay? Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you already haven't subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I post. So this one is called Racism Trumps Love. I was hoping it would be the other way around, but let's get into it. So I met this guy when I moved to a new city, and this was the first person I came to know in my area, and only person I still know because I'm 22, currently not going to school, and I work in a different city, so it doesn't have much room for me to socialize in my area. This guy is currently my boyfriend of 5 months. Everything has been absolutely amazing with him. I've had a lot of boyfriends and 2 serious relationships before him, and no one has ever treated me as well as he has. Well, that's what's up, sis. That's what's up. He's a total gentleman. He's always wanted to take things serious with me and always asked to meet my family. But family is a very serious matter to me. I don't just bring anyone home. Nothing seemed off about him. He seemed like the perfect man. I am Mexican and he is white. My parents don't speak English as fluently as other people. I was born in Mexico and I moved to Canada as a child, but I am now a US citizen. One day, this guy pissed off my boyfriend, and the guy had an accent, and my boyfriend said, "Why don't you learn how to speak fucking English?" That honestly bothered me so much because although I speak fluent English, Spanish, and French, English has never been my first language, and I wasn't even born in this country. He doesn't know what the struggle is to learn a new language, so to be humiliated for having an accent is really shitty. I agree, that's really fucked up. Somebody is actually trying to communicate with you, don't be a dick. The situation made me debate on if him meeting my family was a good idea or not. He eventually got tired of not being able to meet my family. He thought I was cheating on him because he'd been cheated on before, and the girl who was cheating on him didn't want him to meet her family because she had another boyfriend. I told him, damn, that's tea. That's messy. That's real tea. What's good? I told him it was because of what he said that one night, and he said sometimes he says stupid things he regrets when he's mad. He apologized for offending me, and it seemed very genuine. I've met his whole family, even his grandparents, because he took me to dinner at every one of his family members' homes so I could meet them, and every one of them seemed very nice and sweet. No one was rude to me or disrespectful. So I said he'd get to meet my family soon. One day he confessed to me that he and his family used to be racist. I understand that people change. I understand people change. I understand people grow. But you made a comment recently that was kinda not cute. He told me all the horrible things he'd say about black people and Mexicans. He said they all changed though because they realized everyone was the same and that a lot of people of color have helped his family out and have proven to be good people, no different from him and his family. So I feel a little confused. The news didn't sit well with me and I didn't know what to do. Can people really change and stop being racist? He said he's tried dating a Mexican once and he was younger and his dad said no. But his dad was so nice to me, I would have took him for a racist. I honestly feel like your mind is already made up, and it doesn't seem like anything that he could say or do is going to change that feeling that he gave you when he was saying those things about that person with the accent. I mean, I feel like people can learn to mask their true feelings, but at the end of the day, there's still going to be those underlying feelings, because at this point, I just kind of feel like he's bringing you home so much and his family is so nice to you just to prove a point to people oh, we're not racist anymore. Look, Joe Schmo has a Mexican girlfriend. I don't know. And I feel like it's bothering you for a reason and you should definitely listen to your gut. What do you guys think? Give her some advice in the comments below. Alright, so this one is called The Need to Stunt on My Ex. Hey Naja, my name is Kayla and I came to talk about my ex. I'm going to try not to make this long. So I've been messing with this boy, let's call him Josh. This has been since middle school and I'm in high school now. We used to go on double dates with our friends and and all. Now we always have been off and on because of the shit he does. Okay, that's run-on sentence was killing me. The arguments were not always big, but sometimes, so I would just take him back. Back in middle school, people would come back and tell me he would front and say we didn't talk, and he would say he never said that, and it would kind of make me insecure. My best friend, let's call her Tia, would tell me he does stuff like that all the time. But that just gives you information on what type of person he is. Now let me tell you about what he's been doing in high school. We took a break for a long time, and then I let him back in my life like a dumbass. And when he came back, I thought everything was perfect. I didn't let my guard down because once upon a time he hurt me. His mom and I developed a relationship. We talked on the phone, texted. We'll always be like, hey girl, when I heard her in the background on the phone, and everything. We were so cool. So one day, Josh was texting his first love on Snapchat while we were together, and let me just show you what he said. He's in the blue and she's in the red. So I'm gonna open this. So far, this is sounding very kiddie. Basically, he told her that he's never found true happiness with someone else other than her, and he's been thinking about her and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I don't get what you're trying to do. You didn't really explain, like, what are you trying to do with this information? Like, are you trying to make him feel bad? Like, I'm really confused. How did you even get that screenshot? Bottom line is, fuck stunting on your ex. If you really didn't give a fuck about your ex, you would not care to check on them to see what they got and what they're doing and try to one-up it. Like, move the fuck on. You're only in high school. This dude is not gonna matter. And like, just leave him the fuck alone. Stop hitting up girls that he's talked to. That's very toxic and just, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you guys have anything else you wanna say to her in the comments, please go ahead and do so. This one is called, he kicked me out because I wouldn't suck his eggplant emoji. Alright sis, hey Naja, my name is Ty, and before I spill the tea, I just wanted to let you know that I truly enjoy watching your videos and to keep up the good work. Thanks sis. Now this is old tea, lol, but I thought I would share it with you. Sorry if it seems like this is really long, but I promise this, it's worth reading. This happened back in 2015 when I was with this stubborn ass Taurus named Troy. Me and him were together for almost a year. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was working at Hellmart, aka Walmart. Not Hellmart, oh my god. And yeah, wait. So y'all were going out for a year and he tried you on some shit like, get the fuck out my house if you don't, wow, he's bold. I had just got off from a long ass 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. shift. I was tired as hell, but I still managed to have enough energy to rush home, take a shower, get dressed, and go to my man's house. Me and him were chilling in his room and talking about how my day went while he rubbed my feet, and then we went on Netflix to find a movie for us to watch. I was curled up next to him with my head on his chest. He started massaging my scalp and was like, can you do some, I'm gonna be PG, can you do some things for me? I was like, boo, you know I worked a long shift and I'm exhausted, but I got you next time. Then he says, okay, and we continued watching the movie. 15 minutes goes by and he asked me again. This time I firmly told him no, and then all of a sudden he jumps up like he's waking up from the dead and yells, so I'm just sitting here rubbing your feet and shit, listening to you complain about your day at work and you can't even do this for me. Wow, that is so messed up. Like, that is so messed up. Like, bro, nobody came in here and told you to rub my feet. Like, if you were rubbing my feet expecting to get something else from me, you should have just left my toes alone. Like, what the hell? I yelled back and said, I told you I had a long day at work. And then he told me to get my shit and get the hell out. I stood there in disbelief, and then he says, oh, you think I'm playing? Let me help you. No, oh my God, no. Gathered some of my belongings and threw it at me and opened his room door. I put my shoes on, got my shit, and walked out the front door into the cold ass 25-degree air. Got in my car, started up, put my coat on, and sat for like 5 minutes to let my car warm up and get myself together. I'm slowly driving out the neighborhood, and then I start thinking, you just gonna let him get away with that shit? Right, like, cause look, honestly, I would just broke up with him right there. Like, bro, you got me fucked up. You about to do all of this over that? Like, obviously, I only mean one thing to you. I don't see how you lasted with that person for a year. I really don't. I instantly got pissed off, reached over to my passenger seat to grab my phone, and found the huge bottle that I take to work. I turned around, called him, and told him to come outside. I pulled up in front of his house, and this dude came outside with just a t-shirt, sweatpants, and no socks or shoes on his feet. That's gross. He got closer. I had already unscrewed the top of the bottle with the ice cold water in it. As I'm yelling to what he had to say, as I'm listening to what he had to say, I looked down and noticed his feet were close to my car. I told him to step back. I wasn't trying to roll over his feet. And he's like, why? And then I said, you really want to know how I feel? Before he could say yeah, the ice cold water was all over his face, body, and feet. Then I yelled, that's how I feel, and took off. Girl, I would've threw the bottle at his freaking chest. 4 weeks later, I get a phone call from him asking if I can come over, and I agreed. Sis, why did you agree? Why didn't you just leave him alone and just snip snip right at, like, what are we doing here? Talked about everything that happened and apologized to each other, but guess who was getting some stuff done to him? Me, in my Plies voice. Unfortunately, I had to leave that ass alone within that same year because he did so much more trifling shit, I just couldn't take it. Well, I'm glad you left him. Ladies out there, never feel pressure to do something that you don't want to do. Even if you're in a relationship with said person, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it, regardless of what they're doing for you. Like, consent is a motherfucker. Don't matter if you're in a relationship, don't matter if you're married, like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Okay, I'm glad you're not with him anymore because he sounds like a piece of shit, honestly. Let me know in the comments below if anything similar has ever happened to you and how you went about it. I'm pretty sure she would love to hear it, or anybody else in that situation would love to learn from it as well. All right, so this is gonna be the last one, okay? And it is called He Doesn't Love Me Anymore. Jesus, just leave, ending on a sad note. Hi Naja, I love your videos. I watch when I'm getting ready for work. I work 2 jobs, 7 days out the week. Whew, sis. Jay works and goes to school, so we both are busy. I'm guessing Jay is her significant other. Jay works and goes to school, so we both are busy 7 days out the week. So this story is a sad one. I'm 20 and he's 21, so my boyfriend of 1 year and 8 months dumped me yesterday, and we're gonna call him Jay. This breakup really hurt me because I thought I had went through the worst heartbreak with my previous ex. My previous ex and I were just toxic to each other. He would cheat on me, hurt me mentally and physically. While all this was going on, Jay would be there for me and give me advice on what to do. I've always noticed, like, usually with relationships like that, where it's like the friend giving the advice and shit, and then like they end up being together, it's like, okay, then they start to see you, who you really are, and then they're like, all right, maybe it wasn't just him, like, and then it usually falls apart. Once my ex and I officially cut each other off, Jay and I started hanging out, and he had the biggest crush on me and would tell me all these wonderful things every person would love to hear, that he wouldn't treat me like how my ex did, and I was his dream girl. So 2 years later, I gave him a chance, and Naja, this guy treated me so perfect. My family loved him and everything. He never did me wrong. At first, I wasn't so in love with him because we all have imperfections. I later grew to love him all the way. He's a Gemini and I'm a Libra. He always wanted to commit, okay, I can't say that. I'm not about to say that on camera. Basically, bro was very depressed, and she was there for him during all of his dark days. I can honestly say the confidence he has right now is because I helped him. So 1 year and 8 months passed by out of nowhere. He called me at work saying we should take a break because he doesn't love me anymore. Not gonna lie, sometimes Gemini men, bruh, they just, like, if they don't see it as like a fucking, you know, and it's just like, all right, I got all the fun bits out the way, I got what I need, I'm dipping. Like, it sucks, but I've noticed that with a lot of them. I told him I don't want a break. If it's going to be a break, that means there is no more. Exactly. He said, okay. This man was like, all right, bet, that's fine. See you later. Wow, that sucks. I was so devastated. I was crying at work. He later came over to my house just to give me a goodbye and to have a good life. I held my tears back. I asked him if we can work on things, and he said, no, I don't love you anymore. I just don't know what to do. I'm so heartbroken. I really love this guy. I never did him wrong. I gave him my all. I thought he was my dream guy. I'm really going through depression myself, and I need help. I feel so hopeless. I don't understand why I'm always let down. Well, for one, I'm gonna need you to get out of this victim mentality. I'm gonna need you to get out of the victim mentality and go and flourish and go be you, and just view this as somebody who did not know how much you were worth to them, and that's their loss. I'm gonna need you to pick yourself up. Hopefully months have gone by. Hopefully you're over this and you're in a better spot. But another thing I kind of want to factor into this is the fact that you guys both barely see each other. I mean, you work 7 days out the week. He's in school 7 days out the week. I could see how the falling out of love thing happened, but maybe just because you were so swarmed in, you know, you got 2 jobs, you got this shit going on, that you weren't noticing that your partner was falling out of love. Like, you guys don't see each other. You guys didn't really have anything to keep the sparks flying, if that makes any sense. But honestly, I would just do you, make your money, stack your bread. He seems like he's trying to come at this the right way. It's just, think of it this way. Would you rather him do what your ex did and continue and like cheat on you, step out on you, you know, and make it end ugly? Or would you rather do what he did and just tell you straight up, like, look, unfortunately, I've fallen out of love. I just don't want to drag you along anymore. Like, I feel like this was kind of like the better out of the two, even though it's gonna hurt because you have feelings for him. But, and then you also said you didn't really have feelings for him that much in the beginning. So I'm kind of even thinking, like, did you just gain feelings for him because he lost feelings for you? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear your interpretation. My advice to you is to just keep your head up. Honestly, it happens. You can move on in life. You don't have any kids with him. You guys were not married. Like, you'll be okay. You will be okay. All right, guys, so that is it for this week's Tribe Tea. Again, if you guys want your stories read on my channel, please go ahead and write into the email in the description below. And another disclaimer, because this happened last week and I forgot to bring it up on the live Tribe Tea. Guys, there are some rules to the Tribe Tea emails, okay? Number 1, do not send your email more than once. Okay, please do not send your email more than once. I will get to it. There's a lot of people in front of you. Your time will come. Please do not send the same story more than once. If you need to add on to the story, just reply to the email you already sent to me. Do not send me another story. You get what I'm saying? So that's 1. 2, do not send me any stories that you have sent other YouTubers. I've had people in the comments tell me that at least, like, what? Because I know YouTubers giving advice is really popular right now. So they told me that at least 2 to 3 other YouTubers, like, the people will be like, oh, I've clocked that this is from this person's channel. I've clocked from this person's channel, this person's channel. Because we're saying the same stories because y'all are getting impatient, sending it to this person, sending it to that person, trying to see who's gonna read it first. And then when we finally get to you, it's like, well, it's already been read and you just wasted somebody else's spot. So please, if you're gonna send me a story, only send it to me, because I don't want to waste anybody's slot and I don't want to bore you guys with a story you've already heard before. What's the third one? Please do not send in anything that has to do with, trigger warning by the way, suicide, hurting yourself, anything like that. That's something very serious. You do not have no business sending that in an email. Like, you need to actually contact somebody and get some help to better yourself. Or if you DM me, I will personally get your ass some help. I will give you a number to a hotline, or I will call somebody and tell somebody what the hell you're going through. And the last rule is that if you need an immediate response with something serious, whether it be like on that spectrum or it's something that's going on right now that's time sensitive, please DM me. I respond to those faster, okay? And that's pretty much all the rules. So yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye.